call in the AMA whiteboard channel. So Answer has uploaded the very quick agenda slide. And for those who have questions, you can post them in the AMA chat. So without further ado, let's begin. Excited to be back talking to you guys. Actually, before I dive into the agenda for today, I think we missed one item, and I want to take this chance to introduce the newest member to the Tapio and Taiga team. Let me see your screen name, Grizzly Adams. Okay, so Grizzly Adams has a very cool profile picture with Kathy Woods. He's our newest member. So Grizzly, he helps us take care of business development, client relationships. I'll let Grizzly talk himself. But we're very excited to have him on board. He's actually, I would say, probably the second hire on the team that's client facing. So, that also represents that, we're looking to do a lot of outreach, do a lot of ecosystem, parachains, application builders engagement. So maybe I can turn it over to Grizzly Adams. You want to say a few words to the community?
Yeah. Hey guys, Grizzly here, and newest member of the team. Very excited to be here. As you can see, I'll be, like Terry said, I'm going to be client facing. So that means that we're getting ready to step up and do big things. Very familiar with the community. Some of y'all might know me. I was the head ambassador for the official Polkadot community on Discord. So very familiar with the ecosystem, have some great networking opportunities, I think. And I'm hoping, I can help the team out as much as possible. And in turn, help the community out. I will be working with Answer as well. Once I get caught up with everything and get familiarized with everything, a goal of mine is to kind of be active in the server and help out just as much as Answer does, because I know he's been a great community leader, and he's definitely inspired me to come onto the server and do some good things and interact with the community. Other than that, if you have any questions or anything like that, just reach out to me. You can send me a message, or you can tag me in the chat, and I'll do my best to get back to you.
Great, thank you. Awesome. So I'm sure you guys will bounce ideas off of Grizzly, and I'm sure you guys will get to know his real name soon. We're not a anonymous team, so I think who everybody is, who everybody are. So anyways, let's get started with today's agenda. So the first thing is more integrations. 2 weeks ago we talked about really having the synthetic asset, the T asset, T-dot TIKSM, really penetrate the ecosystem, regardless of whether there's wallets or data aggregators. So this kind of work is spearheaded by Answer. So we got 2 new updates. We were enlisted by Nova Wallet. For those who haven't tried them, a really great team. Really, quick on their feet in terms of listing new assets, and the overall user experience, I would say, is actually pretty good as well. So for those who haven't tried, strongly recommend you guys to give them a try. And then the other one is Sub Wallet. So Sub Wallet was actually recommended to us by, I forgot which team, but again, they are one of the wallets that have a very smooth and native experience around dealing with EVM as well as substrate asset. So we're also listed in Sub Wallet. These are all small but very, I would say, powerful and progressive little milestones because ultimately, the more wallets that there are in the Polkadot ecosystem, the better it is for people that are onboarding. Recently, the core team announced a new wallet. It's a new name, but it's basically built by the guys over at My Ether Wallet. So one of the OGs in terms of building wallets, right? Like, let me try to find the name right now. It's called. Give me 1 second. Encrypt. So Encrypt with the K instead of the C. Encrypt is basically a new wallet for Polkadot. Again, they're not just for Polkadot; they're actually multi-chain, built by My Ether Wallet. So I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I'm going to try it. Like, it's web-based. It's a web plugin, and it's also, I believe, it's also mobile. Don't quote me on that, but I'm gonna give it a try tomorrow as soon as I get the chance to. But these are the different things that we need to continuously to do. That's how we can actually make the T asset a standard in the ecosystem. So strongly recommend you guys to, even though if those are not going to be your primary wallets, like, give it a try. You never know. I said that about before I said that about Math Wallet, and then like I was using Math Wallet for a while, and then it switches, right? So definitely some value there. So moving on, talk quickly about AUSD from the inter-protocol AUSD distribution scheme. So again, this is a very creative, innovative program launched by the Ecolo team. I mentioned last time that one of the major initiatives that we hope to assist the Ecolo team is to really help drive adoption for AUSD. And for those who have been paying attention, one of the problems of AUSD currently is the mint volume, right? Basically there's not a lot of AUSD being minted, and one of the reasons is being right now only AUSD can be minted with pretty stringent collateralization ratio. It's a double-edged sword, right? Like, on one side, it's very secure because it's over collateralized, but then on the other side, it's very difficult to bootstrap. So, the IATS program basically allows protocols that are taking in AUSD and using the LP tokens to basically serve as collateral to backstop the AUSD mint volume. So what happens is that actually creates a credit limit that can support more AUSD issuance, and that's the only way that AUSD volume or mint volume can increase. This is definitely very innovative, and we are, Taiga Protocols repo is actually the first pool that is implementing this new scheme. So far, there has been around 100K USD that has been deposited into 3 pool, and what happens is the 3 USD LP token then is used as a collateral type that goes back into backing the AUSD mint volume. Again, some people will criticize that there's some form of centralization, right? Because 3 pool is two components or two constituents of the 3 pool is actually issued by centralized entities. But I think it's ultimately it's how you look at this question, right? Like, DAI proven to be one of the more stable algorithmic stable coin, but yet they are running a multi collateral system as well, and within it they've added USDC. So I think we're a little bit too early to criticize how decentralized the design of a stablecoin is. We've also seen completely decentralized stablecoins, right? And we saw how volatile that can become. So I think going forward would be very interesting to see how the IATS program can actually play out, because this program is not only relevant to Taiga and Tapio, it's also relevant to other protocols that can intake AUSD as liquidity. So all in all, we feel pretty excited to be sort of the first protocol to support this system. There's a link at the bottom that talks about the proposal to increase the limit to inject AUSD into 3-pool to further increase the issuance limit. So check it out, and if you guys have any questions, I would recommend you guys to post it directly in Discourse. I think there's going to be a proposal starting next week, so definitely pay attention to that. So moving on, more around 3-pool. 3-pool, 3USD, I think right now it's being used interchangeably. So if you guys hear me sometimes say 3USD, I'm just talking about 3-pool on Karura. We are one of the top 10. So we've been mentioned or shout out by DeFi Llama to be one of the top 10 stablecoin pools ranked in terms of APR, sitting at around like 1.8, 1.9 million. I would say this is actually again a small accomplishment. Definitely, there's still a lot of room to grow. But if you guys take a look on the list, we're actually amongst some really good companies. So, for example, Friction is one. It's an options protocol on Solana. Solana is obviously hurting right now. Convex, obviously, I think everybody knows them. C-Bridge also is a very popular protocol, bridging protocol. Beethoven, I thought they were on Phantom, but I guess they deployed on Optimism as well. So yeah, like I would say a lot of these are household names, and for us to be within ranked alongside these protocols is definitely something that we're proud of. And if you actually look at the TVL, like we're not that far off from some of these guys, right? So I think the 3-pool on Karura has a lot of potential. However, there's one bottleneck, which is with USDT. Currently, it's natively minted on StateMine. I mentioned before that the user experience right now it's not the greatest, and Tether is actually moving a little bit slower than we would like to fix that. There's a specific question around 3-pool suggested by one of our community members, which I'll get to at the end of the session. But overall, I think 3-pool on Karura has a lot of potential. The yield is definitely very sustainable, given the subsidy that we've received from the Treasury Council. So yeah, those who are still sort of on the sideline and not sure whether this is safe, stay tuned. Stay till the end of the session, and I'll try to alleviate some of those concerns. And for those who are just not completely sold on the value proposition, right? I think the best way to to get sold is to actually try it. Okay, to actually try putting in some assets into the pool. Not financial advice. You guys can start with whatever amount you guys would like, but I strongly recommend you guys to give it a go and don't miss out on this pool. So moving on, I want to talk very quickly around Pike Finance. I know it's outside the scope of Tapio and Taiga, but for those who are not familiar or have, just can't recollect, what Pike is actually a money market specifically designed for native Polkadot assets. So it's built on a Colossus EVM Plus. We did the debut for Pike during Polkadot Decoded at the end of June. So over the last month or so, we've been pretty busy trying to build the alpha version of Pike. It's the first version that we're going to launch is actually pretty straightforward. It's a money market, so you can deposit dot, L dot, or T dot, and borrow AUSD. One of the reasons why we wanted to build this is because we wanted more avenues for AUSD to be in circulation. Because as I mentioned earlier, AUSD can only be minted via the credit system on the Akala platform. You collateralize some form of asset and then you mint AUSD. That is quite stringent. Okay, we've been trying over the last 3 months to get Taiga and T dot to be a collateral asset type. We're making progress. Don't get me wrong, but Pike is another avenue. We're not minting, but what we're doing is we're letting users borrow and basically creating that interest rate market for AUSD. If it's more competitive, then we can it's actually more attractive for users to borrow AUSD rather than minting. But obviously, there's liquidation risk, right? So users would need to assess and decide which way they want to get exposure or access to AUSD. Anyways, don't want to ramble on too much. I highly recommend everyone to follow the Twitter, even though there's not much information on there right now. We're about to announce a series of programs and campaigns to bootstrap, Pike. And this product is actually jointly developed by us and the Akala team. So expect good things from this product. If you're not following the Twitter, go do it right now because you won't want to miss out on the campaigns that we're going to announce soon. Okay, moving on. Right now, we're running the last community event for the summer. I can't imagine we're already towards the tail end of the summer. So that's why the title of this event is called Starry Summer Night. So basically, for the last three events, for the last three community events that we've been running, these are all ways for our Discord community members to level up their XPs. And with XPs, you can get certain roles. I know you guys are probably getting a little bit antsy around, you guys have already leveled up and you got to the highest role or whatnot. What's next? That's going to be related to the product launch that we're about to do. So, for example, Pike, for the campaigns that we're launching, that's going to show the value of having a certain role within our Discord community members, because you guys will get just a very sneak peek. Don't want to reveal too much right now, but basically you guys will have exclusivity to participate in these events. So again, if you guys haven't done any of these events to level up, I strongly recommend you guys to give it a try. They're not very difficult events. These are relatively straightforward, and I think you guys will enjoy the benefits once we announce what they are. So, okay, a few new ambassadors. I'm not sure if these guys are new because maybe because I've definitely seen them around already. So third, Pachuki, Sarfax, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Lil Mango. So I think we've been doing a pretty consistent job on onboarding new ambassadors. I think the funnel is definitely working, and I can also see that the quality of our ambassadors has always maintained, which is a great sign because ambassadors is taking on a big fiduciary for on behalf of everyone on the team to spread good words, spread the gospel, answer questions, raise awareness. So you guys are definitely at the forefront of of the project, and it's a great way for you guys to get exposure to how it's like to actually be a part of a team. One thing that we're working on recently, haven't completely finished yet, is think of new ways to make the ambassador program even better. For our existing ambassadors or for people that are on the fence on deciding whether to join or not, we're trying to make the whole experience, a lot more engaging. Obviously you guys are spending time to help us, and we also want to make that time worthwhile for you guys. So once the revamp or some of these new ideas are ready, we will share with you guys. But in the meantime, keep those submissions coming, and we are looking to continuously grow our ambassador program. Yeah, so that's basically the last slide. For those who are recently new to the community, we've set up this Google form where you guys can just fill out to submit an application, and someone on the team is going to follow up with you and set up an interview process. This is not just a one-way street. I think this is also a good chance for you to ask questions about the team, about our initiatives, our goals, what our aspirations and visions are. So for those, for those who are looking to be a part of a project, strongly recommend you guys do sign up. So with that being said, I want to spend some time to answer some questions. So. Okay, so this question is from Blinken.chaos. I think it's probably like late for him, or her. So he's not actually with us right now, but the session is recorded, so he can always go back to find the answer. Okay, so the question is, he's interested to understand counterparty risk in 3-pool. He represents the Kusamarian treasury. So I think that's about. We think the AUSD 3-pool is the safest spot currently, and just want to cement that sentiment via a good understanding of our risk. I'm familiar with where the yield comes from and have read through the audit. I'm comfortable with all of that. I'm just interested in hearing it from the horse's mouth. As my mother used to say, call me old-fashioned. Cool. So I'm not going to call you old-fashioned. I think that's a very valid question with everything that's going on, since May, right? Since the UST and Luna craziness. So I think it's good that you're throwing this question out there, and it gives me a chance to answer it. Again, I'm answering it, not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to explain, the mechanics as well as how this pool actually functions. So 3-pool on Karura right now is made up of 3 different stablecoins. AUSD, which is the native Akala as well as Polkadot stablecoin. They run a model similar to DAI, over collateralized. It's also made up of USDC. USDC is actually being bridged over via the wormhole portal. So for this asset, it's basically leveraging a bridge provided by a third party, in that case, wormhole. And then the third stablecoin is USDT, which is natively minted on Stakemine. So it's a native substrate asset, just like AUSD. So to answer the question, the weakest link out of the 3 would have to be USDC because it's a bridged asset with Wormhole. However, and again, I'm not saying this pool is completely risk free. There's nothing I don't think anything in crypto is risk free. Okay, I just want to make that explicit. Why I would say USDC is the one of the weakest, it's probably the weakest link out of the three, is because it's using a third party bridge. We know that. Okay, we know that. However, we've also sort of witnessed the progression of Wormhole Portal. If you guys look back, the Wormhole Portal has actually been live for more than 12 months, which is considered long in the crypto world, especially given how many recent bridges have been sort of launched. So number one, we feel relatively confident in this third-party bridge put together by Wormhole, because obviously they've already had experience, unfortunately, of being hacked earlier this year, and they were able to demonstrate very strong, number one, balance sheet in recovering those funds. So that to us was one very not just gesture, right? But it's basically showing us that these guys have the financial support to backstop pool in case anything unfortunate happens. So definitely it's a sign of credibility to us. And the second reason is right now this pool is launched on Karura, meaning the fact that it's still on the Kusama network, the Canary network, despite the fact that it's dealing with real economic value, real asset. We don't actually foresee $3 on Kusama to have crazy amount of volume, just given the nature of this Canary network. But then again, right, I think right now there's still a lot of people that are not aware of some of these really attractive pools or attractive opportunities on the Kusama side of things, in particular Karura. So with that being said, right, like what I mean is it's going to be this pool is going to be monitored and controlled. If you guys recall, when we first started this pool, maybe I think within the first week, we're on our 7th week right now. In the first week, we actually set deposit limits. And the reason why we set deposit limits was because we wanted to monitor, how the sort of arbitrage or rebalancing would work in the first week. So, these are the different types of mechanics that we have in place. However, they're not foolproof. Okay, they're definitely not foolproof. And again, there are definitely risks associated with it. But it's just that, given the amount of different countermeasures and reasoning and, finding the most solidified partner in building bridges, that's why we decided to launch this pool with USDC Wormhole Portal Bridge. And then on the contrary, something that we're looking into right now on the Akala side is also, we were thinking about launching 3-pool as well, mimicking this kind of setup. However, because the USDT mint, the native USDT state mint, which is going to be on Polkadot side, they haven't been fully. It's not ready. Okay, it's not ready yet. So we're actually looking into other ways to see how we can launch a stablecoin pool on Akala. One thing that we're also evaluating is the canonical DAI. So it could be something that looks like AUSD and canonical DAI, or AUSD USDC. With USDC, we have two options, because I know Circle is also working with Polkadot right now, and that's going to be a native substrate asset. So if that comes through in the near future, obviously we will opt for that one. And I think that's going to give people a lot more confidence around, contributing asset to this tool pool, and then wait for USDT on statement to fully go live and have a better user experience. That's when we can launch a meta pool. But anyways, I hope that answers your question, Blinken. I strongly recommend you to go through the recording if you're not with us right now. Cool. So moving on, Victor has a question around plans for API documentation, specifically interested in the call.l.pool, stuff like getting the current exchange rate. We actually have API set up because we are providing this to, we're providing the exchange rate to these data aggregators, right? So please get in touch. Answer can help facilitate that. Let us know what you need and let us know what it's for. If you could reach out to Answer, we can get that facilitated for you, Victor. No problem. So I think those are all the questions. If anybody has any questions right now, feel free to drop it in the chat box in the AMA chat, or you could just speak up, and happy to have a dialogue as well. Okay, so if there are no questions, the session is recorded. It's going to be uploaded probably within a day or two. I will speak with you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, bye.